undo grub screws. There are two at the charge port. 1, 2. There are 2 more grub screws for the actual acrylic light. One at the front, you just have to do it halfway. One at the back, same thing, just halfway. The right size on key, I think it's 2.5 mil. Undo the back, tail light. And then the tail light comes out. Unplug. When we come to the front, undo these with 3 mil Allen key all the way. Rear drum brake. Their feet. Slide it through, pull it all the way through. Very gently tug and pry this off. Might need persuading. This one is just be careful when you pull this out, because these cables might pull out of the back. Alright, that was nice. Okay, now you can remove the foam. Remove the light controllers. Remove the DC step-down converter. And then remove the controller itself. There'll be another piece of foam inside at the top. Leave that there. Good. Alright, now we've got to remove the charge port. Wiggle it out of there. Just gently pry it out, don't get too vigorous with it. Just enough so you can get your tools in there. You might strip it like that, so be careful. Unplug the charge port, which is the red greens connector. And then gently tug it out of there. You might have to work the silicone out of the hole, so just use a small flat screwdriver and gently pry that silicone away. It's pretty soft stuff, it's quite rubbery though, so it stretches a bit. And just enlarge the hole so you can get your connector through. Alright, now that the charge port's out of there and your tail light's out of the back, you can work the cable out of the light itself, slide the acrylic up slowly and assist the cable through the hole on the other side. find out which one it tugs on. So that's the one. Undo that connection. Get some new heat shrink on that. Get that big plug out of the mess and then slide it out. You've got the light out. Come closer. Use a Phillips head screwdriver and gently unscrew the acrylic screw there. Pull the light out. Bin that because it's useless. Get your new light. Get that in there. Alright, get your new screw, put it in there, line it all up, screw it all in. Pretty standard deal. Make sure the body is tight in the housing as well, give it a twist. And then feed it back through, making sure that that cutout lines up with this cable. Zip tie there, it's stopping me. Hang on. That tie is up at the end. The zip tie needs to be up here. So it sits at the end of that. Feed it through, and then pull it out this way first. Shove that in up to about there, and then turn this in, feed it through the hole. Be pretty gentle about it. And then put the rest of the cable through as you're sliding the light in. Line it up with the other side. Good. Grab the 1mm Allen key, tighten up the back one, back grub screw, hold it in place, and you can put the tail light back in. Two and a half mil Allen key. Heat shrink, slip it over, find the light you just shoved through. Plug it in, slip your heat shrink over, heat it up and shrink it. Before closing everything up, make sure the lights work. Both lights work, changing all through colours, no missing colours. All good, all sweet. Now it's just a matter of closing everything up, so I just got to shove the charge port back in, plug it in, and then throw the controllers and light controllers back in, so I'll do that now. Okay, so since the wire pulled and stripped a little bit when we pulled the thing out, all you got to do is grab this end and put a bit of friction and just push it all up so the sleeve goes all the way back up. Shove it in the hole, making sure you miss your light cable. Throw it all in there. shove that back in. Grab your 2 grub screws, 1 Allen key. Hey. Put some pressure on it while you're shoving this one in. Don't go too tight on it. And then put the last one in. And then you can tighten up the front grub screw for the acrylic part. And that's done. So it's just a matter of reversing this process now. So we will plug in the charge port, make sure that foam is up the top there again. Search for it. There it is. Charge port's good. Shove it up the back. Try and force it to the top of the box. Controller back in. Smooth side down. Wires facing in. Fold it over slightly like so. If you want, you can have the hall sensor connections and motor wire connections above the controller at this point. Making sure, if you've got a screwdriver, just get in there and make sure all the wires at the back are above the controller, because if you don't do that part, you'll end up pushing on your wires and undoing all the work you just did. And here, it's just a matter of same thing, pushing the wires to the side, putting that one in there, and then actually the other way around. Putting this one in here into your light controller, and the other one's just a DC step down that'll do your tail lights as well. Same thing, a little bit of resistance there. Make sure the wires at the back have room. Shove your foam back in. 2 on the sides here. And 1 on top of the controller. Curl these guys in. Line up your gasket. The waterproof seal, and then make sure the ends clip. Grab your 3mm Allen key and the cover plate. I like to start in the middle and work out. And last thing, shove your brake cable through. Okay, shove it through, guide it through. Make sure the end of the cable goes into the stay. And put the spring on. Put the eyelet through, shove that through your hole, give it a bit of a pull, and proceed to screw this on up to a point where you feel that the brakes will engage nicely for you. Bit more. I want low travel on the lever. Yeah.